Hi and welcome everyone. Okay, so in today's lesson, I will be working in your Max book, page 30 and 31. I will be talking about schools in the year 2050, and I will read the article and we will answer the questions and talk about the vocabulary words, talk about their meaning, talk about what they mean in Arabic. So let's begin. But before we begin, let's look at this picture. This is a picture of a school in the future. Or actually, there are schools that, look similar to this in the US and America that I have seen. So it's not like, it's not like anything out of this world because I've seen like this before. But I want you to take a second and think about what do you think schools will be like in the year 2050? Would it be virtual school, meaning online school, or would we actually be going to school like we used to and have a teacher and have a routine and have a fixed schedule, or would it be homeschooling, which in other words is online school? And which one do you prefer? Would you like school in the future to remain the way it is, or would you like to be homeschooled? So you should think about those questions, and let's see what the article tells us. Here it says school in the year 2050. Schools in the year 2050 will be far more colorful than they are today. As far as reading is concerned, يعني بالناحية القراءة, there will be a book that reads itself to you over and over again, helping you to memorize all the facts that you need to know. For math, you will just need to learn how to use a calculator. And instead of helping the children, the teachers will learn with the children. Teachers will only need to be there in case of an emergency. Most of the schools will be free, but for well-known schools, people will have to pay. Children will learn at home as well. They will have computers to help them. However, they will not look like the normal computers. They will be the size of a book, making it very easy to take outside to put in your bag. In year 2050, everyone, including children, will possess a mobile, which is a pocket-sized computer that is close to being a human being. A mobile, being a virtual teacher, will give the children 2-hour lessons on 2 subjects and 4 pages of homework per day. Okay, so this mobile is actually a teacher. It's going to be a pocket-sized laptop, like an iPad, just like the iPads that we have, maybe smaller. That way, children and students, can carry it wherever they go, and it would be their teacher. They will have 2-hour lessons. That means 2 hours, and on 2 subjects, and they would have homework every day. Education will be driven by technology. إيش يعني التعليم راح يكون كله online. So it will not be limited in time or to one place. يعني when it's online, you can study whenever you want, wherever you want. Learning can happen anytime, anywhere, and can meet needs based on interest. يعني like I said, ممكن إنه تفتح وتتعلموا أي وقت وبأي مكان. Students will be motivated by a structure that allows them to explore and learn in innovative and interest-driven environments. This will take a change in the paradigm thinking. We will no longer be in the industrial age of education. where schools are run similar to factories, clocking in, going to a designated area, including rows of desks, working independently and being led by the boss, which is the teacher or the principal, and time shifts by bell. That means, when our lesson is done, the bell rings. Movement from one class to another, going from one class to another, and repeating the routine until it's time to go home. So this vision will no longer be the case in schools in the year 2050. Yani, the routine, the schedule that we are used to, that we were used to before COVID, it will not be like that in the year 2050. It will not be a routine. There will be no rows. There will be no students going from one class to another. None of that will exist. We believe that technology will serve as a means to the resources that students will be able to utilize in order to broaden their learning. Teachers will become felicitators. Teachers will become felicitators of knowledge and no longer only expert. Okay, so the teachers will be learning with the students, and they're not going to be, the only expert. It's technology is going to take the role of a teacher basically. Because of the rapid and constant change in additions to information that can be found, education will be a more efficient and more virtual experience. ايش يعني virtual? Virtual means online. You are, studying through technology. And then what is currently available, with the teacher taking a far less active role in the process of learning. So basically, technology, you would have to help yourself, you would have to study on your own, and teachers will no longer be as active as they are today. Students will need places to gather that have an atmosphere of intellectual expansion. ايش يعني؟ students رح يدوروا على أماكن إنه يدرسوا فيها كلهم مع بعض. Where they can pursue and discuss deeper meanings under the counsel of experienced teachers who help them further access expansive knowledge resources. Pursue here means to, in Arabic, pursue means taught, yani, to follow, to continue, to proceed along. Okay, and expansive, not expensive, this is expansive, expansive. There is expensive and expansive. Expensive, as we know, ثمنه غالي, ثمين, غالي. Expansive means it's covering a wide area in terms of space or scope. Yani, it's covering a large space. Okay, and classrooms will become a place where learners access networks and discuss knowledge online and in person. School will become collective intelligence centers only because people need places to socialize. So they're going to turn schools into a place where people can go and discuss, have meetings, become, go and ask for information, like a library, basically. It's not going to be a school. It's going to be like a meeting place. That's what they're going to make schools, since we have so many buildings of schools. Schools will work in partnership with the community to provide service for students and provide an education team that will meet all needs. Within this team, there will be experts in areas that will help the team look at the whole child and help the child create a plan based on skill strengths, interest, and community needs. Okay, so this is very interesting, very important, and in my opinion, this is what the future is going to look like and more. So let's see what we have in our questions. How will books be read in 2050? How will we be reading books? Now, here I have, as far as reading is concerned, there will be a book that reads itself to you over and over again, helping you to memorize all the facts that you need to know. So we will have a book that it's going to read all the information to you, and it's going to keep repeating, just like how I'm doing now, and that will help you memorize all the facts you need to know. And when for math concerns, you will just need to know how to use a calculator. I'm sorry. So that's question 1. Question 2. In the future, what will teachers' role in lessons be? So let's look back here. Instead of helping children, the teachers will learn with the children. Teachers will only need to be there in case of emergency. So in the future, the teacher's role in the classroom will be, instead of helping the children, she's going to learn with them, and she's there just in case of an emergency. Question 3. What is meant by commobile? Commobile, as I just explained to you, is a pocket-sized computer that is close to being a human being. Yani, just like an iPad, even smaller, and it has all the information you need. You can open it, you can study anytime, anywhere. So a commobile is a virtual teacher. It's a technology teacher, let's say, and it will give the children 2-hour lessons and on 2 subjects. So every day they will have 2 hours on 2 subjects, and they will have homework. That's question 3. Question 4 says learning can happen anytime, where, anywhere, and can meet needs based on interest. Do you think this will work? Would you like to learn like that? So we are talking about online virtual learning. Are you guys with it or against it? In my opinion, virtual learning affects students in many ways, and I believe it's going to affect students in the future if it continues like this. But unfortunately, COVID-19 prematurely forced thousands and thousands of schools to go virtual, and forced teachers to go virtual, and forced children and students to be homeschooled. So this was not our decision. We were forced by this horrible virus that attacked the world. So in my opinion, I believe that it's some kind of sign preparing us for the future, because we never expected this. Actually, we never thought that we were, all of a sudden get this horrible virus and leave school all of a sudden and not return. We never thought we would be teaching online. We know that colleges, universities have online courses, but for everyone, we never thought that this would happen so soon. So, in my opinion, I believe that COVID-19, gave us a head start, gave us the, how can I say it? It gave us the preparation for the future. And I believe that students now are getting used to online schooling. They're getting used to virtual learning. And, in my opinion, there are probably some students that don't want to go back to school, and there are some that would. But in my opinion, I believe that it will affect many students because students like to socialize with other students. They learn better from their teacher, from their peers. And other students that prefer to study at home, maybe they had some issues at school. Maybe they were bullied. Maybe they were picked on. Maybe they were afraid. Maybe they had, they weren't comfortable in school. So now at home, they feel much comfortable. No one can see them. They can study whenever, they can wherever. So virtual learning has pros and cons. What does pros and cons means? Positive points and negative points. It all depends on how you feel. So I want you to sit and think about it. And I've asked you to write about it, but just think about if this was to remain like this. Will you accept it? Will you be okay with it, or would you rather go back to our traditional way of teaching, going to a building, routine, tabur, teacher, bell ringing, lunch break, going from one class to another, or virtual online learning? Which would you prefer? So take 5-10 minutes and think about it. This is, a serious issue. And, like this article says, in the future, nothing is going to remain the same. So, in my opinion, I believe that COVID-19 prematurely forced schools, students, teachers, everyone learning to remain virtual. As as a head start, as a notice, maybe tahdir. So God knows, but inshallah khair, inshallah everything, inshallah this COVID-19, this horrible virus, just goes away and leaves us and never returns. And that's that for how schools in the year 2050 will be like. Now I want to talk about the vocabulary words. We have memory. Memory in Arabic means dakira, and it is to memory بيساعدنا to memorize words, music, any piece of information. Memory الذاكرة هو بيساعدنا عشان نحفظ. That's what memory is. Possess. Possess in Arabic means possess means imtalik, I believe. Imtalik. Yeah. And in English it is to own or have something. Okay? To own or have something that you want. Our next word is explore. Explore means to travel to an unknown place. So you're traveling to a place that is unknown, you've never been to. You're going to explore. You are going to travel to a place you have not visited before and find out new things, see new people. So that's what explore means. Paradigm means I cannot see, a model of something in the mind or way of understanding something. Okay, so paradigm, it's the way you understand things. It's all related to your brain and the way how you understand, how you study, how you can memorize, how you think. Designate. Designate means to choose someone or something for a particular job or purpose. Designate means like I said, it means to choose someone or something for a particular job or purpose. Utilize means to use something. To use something. To use something means استخدام. Facilitate. Facilitate means something سهل, easy. To make something easy to happen. Our next word is pursue. Pursue means طارد, and it is to follow or continue or proceed along a path, a route, education, to continue whatever you are in the process of doing. Expansive, like I said, this is not expensive, this is expansive, covering a wide area of terms of space or scope. Socialize, we know what socialize means. Social media, socialize, participating in social activities. You mix socially with others, you are communicating with others, you are checking out others, you are talking to others, you are showing others your life. So socialize, that's what socialize means. And our last word is partnership. Partnerships means شراكة, and this is the state of being a partner. The state of being a partner. Discussion, I discussed plenty of that, and that's it. Make sure to write your vocabulary words in your notebook. You will have some of these on your final exam. And as always, I have a little positive quote for you to think about and write in your notebook. Try to remember this. Before you speak, listen. Before you write, think. Before you spend, earn. Before you invest, investigate. Before you criticize, wait. Before you pray, forgive. Before you quit, try and keep trying and keep trying. I'm not going to translate this in Arabic. You can. But this is something to keep in your mind always and forever. I'm going to read it again. I'm going to read it fast. Think about it, write it in your notebook, and keep it in your mind, because if I can give you one advice, it would be this. Before you speak, listen. Before you write, think. Before you spend, earn. Before you invest, investigate. Before you criticize, wait. Before you pray, forgive. And before you quit, try, and keep trying. Have a great day until our next lesson.